The Let's Recover podcast should not be used for medical advice or decisions. I am not a medical professional, and if you want to quit, seek professional help. Resources provided in the Discord server. Link in description. Welcome to the Let's Recover podcast. Today, we're going to, first I'm going to just go over just a couple things and just Zoom, just a couple tips, just little things, just in case you have trouble, and we're going to do something fun, so let's get right to it. So when I join Smart Recovery, I go here, right click, copy link, and then go and do it, obviously, but you can also go in here and change your picture right here. Click on that. Say change picture. You can zoom in and out on it, as you can see. Save it. You can do all the rest of that. You can mess with your camera and do all that. It's covered. Mine's covered up right now, but you want to check it to make sure that it's working. Mine goes through Camo Studios. You can check your audio, all that. So then when you join, you just right click and paste that code that you got like that, and then you hit join. That's all you have to do. If you the backgrounds, I use Camo Studios, and unless you're using a desktop, you will not be. Oh no, Camo is on iOS too, I believe, but it's not on Android because I've looked for it for my use and it's not there. So that was all I wanted to just kind of go through on that, just because sometimes I have people have trouble. They say they have trouble getting on and stuff because they just don't figure out which one is which. The Zoom Workplace is the same Zoom you can use for that, just as long as everything's signed in. Or I'm signed in, so that's up to you. But if you want to change your picture and stuff, I think you have to be signed in. You can use the calendar and all that, which I don't really use. I think they make you pay for it after a while because, of course, they do. So today we're gonna have some fun. We're going to you are gonna come with me as I do my Vacky today. We're gonna do it together. And what I'm gonna do today is I'm trying to recreate as close as I can. I've built the rocket. And for you who don't know, this is Kerbal Space Program, and this is my kind of main Vacky that I do, besides being outside and stuff. But when I'm inside, I'll probably be building rockets, trying new things out, mods, which make the game different if you're not familiar. And I won't go into too much detail because I don't want to get real super crazy into things technical with it, but because you can go for days. But anyway, I tried to recreate the Apollo 11 rocket the best I could, the Apollo 11 mission, with the Saturn V rocket. So here's what I came up with the parts that were available to me, and we'll go ahead and take a look here before we go. Hopefully this is interesting to somebody. Maybe somebody knows about it. If you want to build ships together, get a hold of me. I'd love to. I'd love to collaborate on some builds. Since this is an old game, not too many people play it anymore, I guess, but still, my favorite thing to do is build these rockets. So let's put another man into this thing here, and we're going to be off to the moon. So let's hope that our brave little Kerbals here can make it there and back. Oh, I hope everyone's been doing well. I know that I've been very busy, and like I said, I was waiting for. Oh, I haven't said this. I said it the first time I tried to record this, so I've been a little rusty on the old PC for recording. But I got flagged for the first time I tried to post this. I got flagged for the music in it, which is exactly why it's silent. Which I haven't decided. It may be silent. It may have some music laid in it if I just can't stand the silence with it and just my own voice. So that's going to be up to me in post production. because I'm fancy like that, and I say post-production and cinema. Okay, so what I'm doing is checking my staging. I'm sure most of you can figure this out. You know, smarties. I'm smart. I know I have some Air Force people and some Navy people in smart, so you know, there you go. It looks like we got enough guys in there. I'm gonna do nighttime launch. Let's see. So where we're gonna be going here, obviously, is this right here. Here is our destination. So that is our objective, to get and land on here, and then I am doing the, when I say recreate, I'm doing the rendezvous method. So I'm hoping to get up here, go, and land on the moon with the lander, and then take off again, rendezvous. I'll get out and walk around a little bit, and then I will get back in the ship, rendezvous with the other ship, and hopefully fly back and land these brave Kerbals back on Kerbin soil. Kerbin is the planet that we're on, safely. Physics are, you know, basically accurate as, you know, you can get them as a video game. So you'll see here. And hopefully, if you know what this is, then just hopefully you enjoy. There you go. Excuse me for a second while so I don't have to do this in post-production, I just turn this down to about 25. So yes, we will be in orbit here in just a minute. Update, I have quit nicotine. I have not had any nicotine for going on my 3rd week now, and if you have been in a smart meeting with me, you know this, but I'm saying it again because I'm very happy about it. What other updates do I have? Oh, I stopped going to so many of them. Not because of anything, it's just I've been very busy. I will say that sometimes if there's a lot of people in the meeting, even if it's a meeting that I like, obviously, and unfortunately, sometimes people just go on, and I understand that sometimes they need to talk, but sometimes it's the same people, and we just need to maybe, move on and say, hey, sorry, but we gotta move on, but that's okay. Maybe I don't need it as bad as them at that moment, so I just try to be great, hopefully show as much grace as possible, and, not just totally be unreasonable about people maybe sharing for a bit too long, not oversharing, but just sharing for over the allotted time limit, because there's usually a 2 to 5 minute time limit. This has to be, respected, but that's, like I said, it's okay. So what I'm doing here is just waiting till I get a little higher here, so we can, so I can burn and get into orbit. So right now we're what we call a suborbital flight. This is, basically what Katy Perry did. She would just be coming back down now, which is whatever, more than I've done. But this is what a lot of them do. This is what most of the commercial flights, with the exception of when they're doing it for NASA and things, they're usually not making orbit, except for one did a polar orbit just a little while ago, a private ship, which was kind of a big thing because polar orbit is a little hard to hit just right. So, alrighty. Looks like we're coming here. So all I'm doing is waiting until I'm getting, close to the zenith, or what the apogee, apoapsis. That's different names for it. Whatever you like. Kind of like apogee. So now we need to separate. There goes that guy. Now. Notice I have some numbers down here, and that's just counting down different, to how time to the apogee and time to the interactus, and you know, just watch these things, or you. That's just what you do in this game. Maybe this game would seem boring to you, but if you try it and you start, building things, and first you try to get to orbit, it may not be as easy as I hate to say it that I made it look, but maybe it is for you. Maybe you're that much of a smarty pants. But anyway, if you're not, and it is a little tricky for you, it is very, it feels good to get to orbit when you do it the first time, and you figure out all the controls and everything you can do with it. Another thing is rendezvous and docking, which we will do on the way back. Look at that. So I hope everyone's recovery is going well, again, I've been trying to quit nicotine for a long time. It's, I've on and off tried to quit nicotine so many times I probably lost count. So I've just been really grateful that I've gotten this far, that I've been able to, be lucky enough to quit and have the tools to do it through myself and Smart. I think Smart has helped me quite a bit get, maybe a little more acquainted with what I need to do and things like that. Maybe just a little easier. I mean, like I said, I've quit fentanyl. I can quit. I know I can quit nicotine. And the next thing is hopefully caffeine, which we were just talking about in a meeting before I started this up. So all I'm doing now is just making as you can see, my little maneuver. I'm gonna make sure that it. Actually, want to make sure that it goes this way. So obviously the Saturn V has the covers, but for whatever reason, the mod that I downloaded to get this lander, the LEM, did not. For some reason, they don't work, and it doesn't provide the shrouds whenever you put the decouplers on. So unfortunately, it does not shroud the engines like some of the other engines do. As you can see up here, this engine is shrouded. So anyhow. It doesn't matter. It's just a look thing, but I would like it to look accurate, but I haven't figured out a way to get it exactly accurate yet. But I might. If let's see, I have not. Maybe I haven't shared in the podcast, but so I think I played this for probably at least I don't know 3 to 3,500 hours, maybe. I mean, maybe more. Um, just because it's like something that really keeps me engaged for long periods of time when I can't sleep and when I'm really having trouble with things. It's something that really keeps my mind occupied because it's so. It's just for me, it's all encompassing to be building these rockets and just having a good time, like getting there and getting to different planets. I mean, this is just going to the moon. Let's see here. I'll zoom out so we can take a look at the solar system here while I'm waiting to burn. Got about 30 seconds. So there's, you can go to these different ones, and believe me, it gets a little tricky. A lot of people are like, "Oh, I heard you have to do math." You don't have to do math. You can go over here and you can do this, and you can pretty much have it do the. You can at least have it do the preliminary maneuver for you, but you do have to do other things right to get it to work. That's not going to just make it work for you. So that includes getting this burn right. So just the burn. Let's go. will get light when we get around to the other side, so don't worry about that when we go into the moon here. Here we go. Just watching, I have to watch that orbit here. So I can stop these engines. Because of the old ones, they don't stop right when you want it to. You have to hit them right before. Because of course they are, because they're old. You know, they're supposed to be old things. I tried to use the engines and everything that are the replicas from the Apollo 11 missions. So that includes them being very old and primitive. That's okay, because I've played this game a lot. So that's close enough. I'm gonna go ahead and go in there. And so yeah, I'm 500,000 meters off the surface, which is pretty far for the moon. So we're gonna whenever we go to bring an orbit in, we're gonna bring that in quite a bit. 100,000. Oh, yeah, 108,000 sounds pretty good. So I like to basically what I'm doing here is just flipping my maneuver before I get to the spot I am, because in that way, you know, it doesn't have to do it. Although for an 11-second burn, it'll stop about a minute and 20 before, so it has plenty of time to turn. But this is just my habit of doing it. I played this for so long and so much that uh, I have a habit of doing things a certain way. Let's say. Now this is a new mod that I've used. I was very happy with the little lem thing that I didn't have to mess with it to get it to work, because some of the mods don't work as well as others. But I have no complaints whatsoever. The modders have totally made this game 1,000 times better. It's basically kids in their basement are making changes and stuff for this game that make it a totally different game and make it better. It's awesome. Anybody that plays video games to any extent might know what modding is, and Kerbal Space Program might be the ultimate modded game. And I play other modded games like Skyrim, Fallout, the Bethesda games. And I also, my introduction to mods was actually on PC, was actually City Skylines, which is, and the first one's really great, but they kind of ruined the second one, unfortunately. But if you're looking for something that's not your traditional shoot 'em up, things like that, check out City Skylines. It's like Sim City, and I mean, you can really spend a pretty long time being creative and building cities. And I mean, if civil engineering is not exactly the easiest thing to do, and especially because it's a traffic simulator. So now we're in orbit around the moon. So let's check out what we got here. I'm gonna go around the other side so you guys see here. How far did I get past the? Oh wow, I went way past the parapsis. That's okay. Let's come around again. So yeah, we're gonna want to land, and but I want to bring that orbit in a little bit. So we just want to. We're just flipping retrograde there, but it's gonna roll, so we can just go on over and it'll go all by itself. Now, I'm playing this game on Sandbox, and I didn't really mess with too much of the difficulty settings because that's not the point here. This is just kind of a little fun thing to play around with, something for y'all to just watch. I think I might be the first person to put Kerbal Space Program on Spotify. Don't don't quote me on that, but possibly I might be the first. So that's something, I guess. But anyhow, uh, spread the word. It's something fun, and if you like it, my YouTube page is Jebediah Mechadiah. There's some more videos there. Sometimes I stream, but I haven't done it in a while. I don't have too many viewers because I don't really. It's not like it's not like I advertise it. Is what I'm trying to say. So what I just put out my solar panels there. The little lem has radio isotope. So basically a radioactive battery thing, or a generator, radioactive generator, and I have a battery on it. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna bring that orbit in. I can also watch it down here. I forgot I put a couple scientific instruments on there. This one probably won't work. The mapping things hardly ever do. The reason I put it on there is just because I wanted to see if it would work. Yeah, more or less this is a, the LEM went on bottom. I looked it up and there's the payload thing was around it. So I got it as close as I could get it, guys. Hopefully, hopefully this is something that people like. Just can't listen to the music, and actually the music when you're in space is really amazing. It's very like hypnotic. It's very relaxing. If you want to check it out, you can find it. I promise you that's not copyrighted, but Spotify would not let me put it on there. So YouTube is a little different. YouTube's much different. It's there's no copyright issues on that for Kerbal. So anyway, so let's go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and separate here so we can get landing. So what I want to do is I need to separate my limb here from the top one, so we're gonna couple that. And now I'm gonna switch to that guy and see what we're gonna do here is move away. And now I'm gonna move back to that one. Alrighty. So I know it's probably hard for you to see what's going on the screen, but okay. Now we're gonna move around here so I can see what I'm doing. Okay. Ah, yes. So we can go ahead and we'll land in the crater. See about landing in the crater anyway. I'd like to be a little higher with it, but that's okay. I can always move it if I need to. Like just like the if you know, but the moon landing they did, Neil and Buzz had to move over some boulders. They were going through a boulder field when they first came down, and it just really didn't look great to land on. So Neil went ahead and piloted uh, over that with this little limb here. So I'm gonna go ahead. It does have fuel left, but to make this accurate, I want to get rid of this guy. As soon as I burn, I'm gonna actually burn to land. And like I said, now I've got this as close, but I want to make sure I have enough fuel to make it back up to the other ships. So this is what we're doing. Okay. So here we go. That is the one I want. Okay. Wow, it goes bye-bye. Alright, here we go. So they would have had, Houston telling them when they're going to land. So, I am using my MechJeb. MechJeb is just a mod that does things like this, tells you we're going to land and other awesome things. If you're ever going to play this and you're on PC, you need to download MechJeb immediately because it took me a couple days when downloading mods to figure out that I needed MechJeb, and it was like such an awesome thing because you can make it has AI things that will well, maybe not AI, but it's kind of that will do things like rendezvous for you, and you can watch it. And that's how I learned to do a lot of this stuff, even more than watching some of the videos. So if if you were gonna do it, then MechJeb is definitely something you're gonna want to check out. So anyway, here we go. We're gonna just fast forward time a little bit to make sure that we're. Oh yeah, we're on target. It looks like. Hmm. Should be getting a signal. I think that's just a glitch because I can still control it. So Kerbal is a little glitchy. I'll tell you that. The game came out in 2012, I believe. So it's an old game, but as you can see, it's still very good. I don't even have the graphics mods on because it's a little CPU heavy. But so we're landing here, which is what the boys were doing, and they couldn't fast forward time, so they just had to sit there and wait. This is as you can see, it wasn't something that happened too fast. You're floating down, and you want to go slow because you can't be going too fast when you come in. There's nothing, there's no parachute or anything. There's no that you can abort with this with the top stage of the LEM, but that's not going to be probably a too fun of a ride whenever you're already going. It's going to stop you fast, and you're going to back up. It's going to be rough. I want to start burning. I want to see that suicide countdown going slower. And now, it did take a pretty long while for me to get, to understand how to get everything to work right. I mean, like just the mods in themselves can be pretty tricky to the point that like it can be fairly daunting in itself to just mess with the mods. So if this could maybe not be up your alley. So if not, hey, watch me do it on YouTube. I have plenty of videos on there for you to watch probably, and I may be doing it more. I love playing this game. I always go back to it. It's the thing that always brings me back. I can play any other game, but this game always brings me back. So the building of the rockets and the satisfaction I get from landing on somewhere new planet. You can build planes also, space planes, shuttles. You can build it all on here. So it's very versatile game, and it's something that you can really have a lot of fun with for a long time. You can play it in an infinite amount of ways. There's so many different mods. It's just it's like um, you can play for it's just basically an infinite amount of different configurations you can play together with different things. So just yeah, check it out. I know it's a lot. I'm proselytizing for Kerbal Space Program. It's kind of my thing. It's kind of what I do, as you can see. Uh, so now I've run that suicide burn timer up quite a bit. I want to come back down now, and I basically want to let that burn till it's either holding or counting down slowly. And I could lock this, but you know I'm just it's okay. I can control it manually. These very small things like this are easy to control manually. So we're in a big crater. We're in a big crater right now, as you can see. So one of the one of the lunar seas is what it would be called on our moon, on our Luna. Up here, if you're paying attention, up here is my altimeter. Just keep an eye on that. Although I keep an eye on my countdown more than I keep an eye on my altimeter. And also, there's an altimeter here, so you know, a lot of different ways to play. Like I said, I don't even have half the mods I have on my regular save that I play on. So, if you like this, or you already play it and you wanna try, doing some collaborative builds or have questions on builds you're doing, I can probably help you out. Pretty good at the game, I like to think I am anyway. Fairly skilled at playing this and building. Also skilled at building. I know uh, the parts. I know most of the parts, or I know all the parts. Not most of them. I know all the parts. So, um, except for the mods that I don't know. But any vanilla part I know, and I'll figure out the. All right, here we go. There we go. Now we've landed. Okay. So now we want old, what's his name? Bob. Oh, it's Bob. Okay. He's getting out. You can float around with your mono propellant RCS tanks, your little EVA tanks, float around on the moon. Which is fun. And whenever you're playing, when you're actually doing something like colonizing other planets and having to mine things, you really need to do this. So if you're gonna play it, get good at it because you're gonna need to. All right. Whoop, 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 ah. If you're into aviation, you're going to want to play this. I think this is much more fun and much more rewarding than Flight Simulator. And the people are much creepy. Look how cute they are. They're not creepy. They're cute. I love Flight Simulator. I've played Flight Simulator quite a bit, but the especially I don't know the new one or the one that I played last. I looked over and this NPC's teeth were just like so horrific. They were like outside of their bottom lip, and it was really creepy. And they were talking to me, telling me what to do, and I just couldn't stop looking at it. And I was like, this is kind of ruining it for me. Look how cute these guys are. See, and they sit in here, and look how cool that is. This is what they had, guys. This is the lem. Obviously, there's that. And yeah, you can be sure that this is probably fairly accurate. So there's their instrument panel, and that's how much room they had, you know, and there's what they could see out of. That's they even it's not a whole lot. This side's got the little things drawn on the window for the degrees and things like that. So okay, guys, now here comes the fun part. Now I'm going to Hopefully you guys don't hear this truck in the background. I'll try to edit it out, but if not, well, I'm sure you've heard a truck before. I also think I also think someone is shooting a gun right now, which I don't think they're supposed to be doing. If my dog starts going crazy, I will probably pause the recording and then I'll be right back. But for now, let's go and try to rendezvous with this ship. So they did a direct rendezvous, which means that they tried to rendezvous with it, which they did. They're very skilled without being in orbit with it first, because that burns. You have to then rendezvous with it. I'm going to rendezvous with it, but I'm going to directly rendezvous with it. It's still a little too far. I've been practicing this, and it's a little tricky to get, but I think I can. You kind of try to judge that angle. You know, use your geometry skills, which I have almost none, but it's more of a sight thing and just playing it for 3,500 hours thing. All right. All right. So yes, that thing stays. That's how it was. So we want this thing to come back down to. Okay. Oops. Should have spun it like that. Okay. Should fix it. Should be able to fix it here. Yeah. I looked at my nav ball. I seen that the target indicator was showing that it was in front of me, and it should have been behind me. So that told me that something was not right. Da da da. Something's not right. Probably need to go a little more vertical here. I believe I have enough fuel in the home ship to make a rendezvous. I think so far so good. Once it starts climbing here, it'll go a little faster. It could be a little slow, I know, but don't worry. Payoff is good. Or I think it's good. When we land back on Kerbin, it always feels good, even to this day, even 3,500 or more hours later, it still feels good to do even just the moon mission. I think after I get off here, I'm going to try a lathe mission. Maybe I'll record it and put it on YouTube. Jebediah Mechadiah YouTube page. I'm sure you can look it up and find it. I have linked it in other things, I think. So, yeah, just, try to find it. And if you really want to, if you just really, really want to see it and you can't find it, email me or comment in Spotify and I'll drop it in the comments. I don't have a whole lot of engagement, but I will engage. So, Anyway, without further ado, it looks like we're getting ready to rendezvous. Oh. That's pretty far away. Oh boy. Guys, we might have a disaster on our hands here. We might have a space disaster. I have a minute of fuel left. Guys, we might have a space disaster here. What are we gonna do? What to do? What to do? Hmm. I think I can get to it from there. That's what I wanted. Thank you very much. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. I have very little fuel left. I have 30 seconds of fuel. I will be at 166 meters per second relative velocity when I hit the target. We could potentially have a space disaster on our hands here. But I have I have confidence that at least one of these Kerbals will make it home, and that will might be the one in the mothership, or maybe one of these guys we can rescue from orbit. So, you know, hopefully you're in it for the long haul. Maybe you're interested by now. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens with this guy flying around these cute little frog thingies in space. That's I think what they're modeled on as little frogs, and they're super cute, if you ask me. And I know if you've been in smart meetings with me, you've heard me talk about this. So maybe you're like, "Oh wow, this is what it is," or maybe you're like, "Oh my gosh, I never want to hear about this again. Go away." Either way, you're getting it, so you're welcome. Congratulations. All those things. You think 30 seconds is enough to make it in orbit? It might be. It might be. It might be. I hope that I can slow down with it in 30 seconds. So what I want to do here is match its speed, which will also bring me to orbit. But yes, what I'm mostly doing is matching the speed of my target, which is now somewhere around over there, I believe. Come on, baby. Give me 30 seconds out of it. Oh no, it just jumped down. Oh no. Oh no. Alright. It's going to take a minute. It may not have enough monopropellant. Will these Kerbals live? Or will they die? If I can get these guys into orbit, I can probably rendezvous with them with the mothership. But I have to get them to orbit. I think I'll have enough monopropellant. It looks like we're good. It looks like we're good. I think we might be good, ladies and gentlemen. Gentlemen, ladies. And non-binary people, of course. And trans people. Everyone's welcome on my podcast. Because I love you all. Yes. America! Can do attitude. Okay, I'm within 25 meters per second of it. I'm only 3 kilometers away. I'll probably be 5 by the time I slow down to 0, but I think I can still get I can still get to him. I can still get to him for sure. Thank goodness for monopropellant and a little extra fuel. We had a close call, almost a space disaster here, ladies and gentlemen. It was a little tense. I think we are going to about 4 kilometers away. Just about there. Okay. If you watch over here, closest distance to approach. I'm counting that down. So it will. Oh, okay. 6 minutes, I'll have to match speeds with it again. Good thing we can speed up time on this game, huh? Alright, grabbed a signal. Must be doing pretty good. Oh, goodness. Flip around there. 52. Wow, we're doing pretty good still. Okay. So what I want to do is use my docking maneuver engines and configuration to slow down here. I'm going to use it in an engine configuration just so I can move it. Just like this. I still have plenty of... Here we go. I'm going to be coming in hot. Looks like we're going to be in really great shape here, ladies and gentlemen. Give these brave Kerbals a hand. Because they are making a rendezvous of 400 meters, which I almost missed that just there, just trying to be fancy. Now, one of the fun parts about this is I didn't turn on the target indicator because I thought that made it a little cheap. I usually use it, but since we were trying to recreate it, they didn't have a target indicator to look at. It's not like they could see it through their own eyes, so we will be looking for it with our own eyes. Yes. We'll be doing it the old-fashioned way. And looking for the ship with our face and eyes. So, yeah, what I'm doing now is just, again, matching speeds. This can be a very slow process sometimes, as you can see. We are going to dock with this guy here in a couple minutes. Where are you? Oh, there you are. There you are. How did I miss you? Alrighty. Now is when I need to use my docking. Okay. Oh, we gotta. No, I really can't see anything. Wow. Well, hey. This is what they could see. Literally damn near nothing. I don't think I can turn the lights off in there. It doesn't really. Luckily, I can watch my instruments. Oh, there you are. Look. I watch my instruments appear and it will show you how close we're getting. It's looking pretty good. Except that I gotta be in line with the docking port. That's okay. How long I got? 2 minutes. I can change here. I'm gonna set that docking port as you want to control it from a docking port. Which will make sense here in just a minute. Looking really good. It is 1 point. Oh no, I'm sorry, 0.4 meters per second. So very slow. Nice slow clip towards it. There's a decent shot of it, huh? There we go. We're gonna have a perfect dock, it's looking like. Looking good. Thank you. Congratulations, you brave Kerbals. Alrighty. Now we're gonna leave this guy here, right? Because they're all in here. There goes the limb. Now we are going back to Carbon to land. So we're gonna fling ourselves out there. Okay, there we go. Alrighty, here we go. This is the easy part, really. Or, I think it's pretty easy. Try playing it and then let me know if you think it's easy. I don't know. This game is pretty cheap. You can find it for fairly cheap on PC. Uh, it's only gonna get Xbox, but I have no idea what it would be like on Xbox. Not really. I did not start playing this until after I started playing on PC, so I wasn't always a PC snob. I used to have an Xbox, so don't come after me. We're almost through here, guys. If you're waiting for this to be over, then just stick around with us a couple more minutes here, and we'll be landing back on Carbon safely and safe and sound. Okie dokie. What we want to do here is come around and see where Kerbal KSC is going to be. I'm going to try to land us as close as possible. Okay, so now I'm going to flip around here, and I'm going to burn. Alright, let's speed up until KSC is in the daylight. There she is. There she is. Hmm. 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 Might be able to get the parachutes to stop me around there. If not, I'll still land. Let's go, baby. Let's go. I'm not gonna land right there, that's for sure. I land close. Yeah, not bad. Uh-oh. Look at that. Bye-bye. This didn't blow my, I don't know why it did that. Oh, it has solid fuel in that, heat shield. I didn't realize that till just now. I'll have to see what that does. How to properly use it. Perfect. I want to get over these mountains so I don't roll down. That's gotten pretty close, isn't it? Oh, I don't know why it didn't go. Good thing there's still, haha. There we go. I'll speed it up here for you. So these guys, here's what they're seeing. Just about nothing, huh? Literally. So there you have it, folks. Recover our vessel, and I'd like to thank you if you stayed this whole time to, witness that whole, or that whole fiasco, because we almost had a disaster. So come back next time, and we'll do something else. Possibly, maybe we'll check this out again. I mean, if I get some good feedback on it, then we'll see. But other than that, you have worth and you have value. Try to stay sober the best you can. If you are out there using and you are try to get into a sober, place where you can get sober. Medical intervention is best, probably, if you have that and can afford it and have the resources. Um, and with that, I'd like to thank you for listening to Let's Recover and bearing with me as I go through this journey. So thank you, and I'll see you next time.